So this is the third time trying to stream. I never give up. I don't know. So again, I am repeating for the third time, but we are living now in a better apartment. Like we can say better, but we have neighbors now, new neighbors with a kid, and the kid is crying. So I had to stop the stream because the kid was crying. And the second time I forget to turn on the microphone. And the third time now I expect that everything will be alright. Let's see what will happen next. Sometimes there is like, you feel like there is a curse, or how we say it in English, that things will not be done anyway, no matter what you do. Okay, so I have a good stabilizer, a good microphone. I don't know if you hear me or not. Let me keep talking and wait for someone to join and to write something. Okay, so today we finally explored all the roof. So we have like an apartment, like 7 floors here, and in the roof they have something like penthouse. You have seen maybe the video I posted today, and in the video I showed all the places that we have there, like swimming pool, the playground, the the stadium, like the bowling, not the bowling, the pool. I mean, the billiard, yeah, and other places where to play and to have fun. So I finally saw some happiness in the eye of my wife. She wasn't happy before, and now she's finally, I don't know, feeling better about everything because we can finally enjoy living here and joining those places and feeling better and not paying for the hotel like we were paying before. We were paying about 220 dirham. It's the Dubai money, dirham, the Arabic money you can say, and 1 dirham, not one dirham. Let's if we want to count how much dirham, we have to divide per 3.6. So if we divide 220 dirham per 3 and 3.6, it turned about $60 a day, and that was a lot for us because we don't used to pay that much for apartments or for living. I mean, we didn't live before in hotels. We usually just rented houses, like apartments and flats, in different area of Russia. So that was the better thing to do before for us. And we were renting for 1,000, 1,500 ruble. If we divide that per 60, about 60, so it's about let's say 10, $15, something like that. About for $15, not more than $20 or wait a moment, like $20, it's $1,200, like 22, $23 for a full apartment, like an empty apartment with, I don't know, with everything inside, like for only $25 or less. And you have your keys and nobody disturbing you, and you can cook there, so you will not spend a lot of money when you cook instead of buying ready food. And that was always the case. We have never been before in Russia in hotels or any kind of such expensive places. We call them expensive places. We consider them expensive places. So when we went to Dubai, we didn't have any other choice, only to rent in a hotel. So that was the first thing to do because we got here and no one met us. So we just went. We took the bus and we went to the middle of the city, and we found a hotel from Google. So Google Map. We just wrote hotel, and we found one cheapest hotel here called Datsun or something. I don't remember the name. And we went there, and when we entered it, that was our first hotel here in Dubai. When we entered it, I mean, we didn't uh, rent there. We didn't took a room. So when we entered it, the receptionist there told us that the price is about $74. And why he said $74? Because in the map we saw the price 23 dollars, and we thought it's like not a lot. So when we asked the guy, he said 74 with including the taxes. So it went like from 25 to 74, and he said that those are all taxes. So we said like it's crazy. I don't know, $74 for us. It's a lot. Some people in Russia earn per month about 200, $300, and the minimum salary in Russia is about I don't know, maybe $200. Yes, maybe $200. And imagine someone telling you you give the half of your salary to the hotel, like to the to one day living there, like $74. When you hear it, and you used to see people earning only like a few $100s a month, of course $74 for us it was like, oh my god. So we just get out from that hotel. We preferred to not rent there, and we just walked in the street, so we didn't see any prices, anything else, because the to book in Airbnb or in Booking, we had to have a Russian card, and we have to had we had to have a card, a debit card. But when we saw that when we tried to book from Booking or Airbnb, so we couldn't do that because Russian cards are blocked here. So we just had to check the prices and go there and ask directly and pay with cash. So we get out from that expensive hotel, like $74. We didn't accept the deal, and we start walking. And since we saw like the prices usually in the Airbnb and the Booking, they are around like 60, like from I don't know, about from 20 you see the price till like 100, 200 a night, like $200 a night. So we were kind of shocked. So we decide, and we understand that we understood that they don't take only the price of the apartment, or I mean the room, but also they take some price of the like tax prices, including the tax. So they, some of them, they don't write the like the price, the total price, including the tax, and they write only the like the price to attract people. So we get out from that expensive hotel and we just walked around there, and we found another one. And when we asked him, he said about like $50. And after like showing all the prices and realizing that $50 with taxes, realizing that $50 with taxes is much better deal. $50 with taxes for per one night. So we thought we don't have a choice, because I had to meet my friend here, and he wasn't like he didn't meet us, and he was busy working. And he said that he will work, and I mean, we didn't expect such prices. This is the problem, and we couldn't book from Georgia because we didn't have like the accepted credit card, and we thought it will be easier. Anyway, we accepted the deal of $50, and we entered that hotel for $50. But we didn't like a lot of things there. Like for $50, they have, for example, they had an air conditioner that was not working. Not working. I mean, not turning off. It was like always turn it off, and you can turn it. Turn it. It was always turn it on, and you can turn it off. So we were like, oh my god, how we can sleep in that place? And it was like impossible to reduce the cold. It was like outside, it was like very hot, and like a sauna or something like that, and inside it was like a refrigerator. So we had to live there for one night, and we tried to wear clothes and cover ourselves to not catch a cold or something like that. Especially, we weren't sure about the system of, I don't know, the tests here, and if we get sick, what will happen to us. So yeah, I was very worried about that. So we just spent a night there, and the other night we decided to take a look for a better deal. So we walked, and we couldn't find better deal. Of course, they sto- gave us all the information, my friend and all people I know here. They gave us the application that we should use, the website that we should use to find a place to live in, but we couldn't find with a good price, and we had to spend the second day, I think the second day, for $50, and then the next day also my friend was still busy. Maybe, oh no, we met him that day, and he just tell us that we can find something like called like partition or something like that. We start looking for those partitions. We walked around, and we, because the second day we couldn't like leave there. It was like crazy, because we didn't like a lot of things about that hotel, and we just walked also in the street with our stuff, like very heavy stuff, and we were looking for a place to live. So we found a place also by the web, a cheap one, and we had a deal with that guy, and we met him, and he showed us what is partition. So we thought partition is like usually in the pictures they put like a very tiny room with one bed for one person with very tiny closet, and that's it. I mean, without Rob, hello. I'm wondering how many Russians moved to Dubai. Yeah, yeah, a lot of Russians maybe moved to Dubai and they are still moving. Reuters News estimate over 700 left Russia since September 2021. Dubai is probably the fastest growing city in the world. Yeah, it's growing and they keep building it. They keep building it. And they have a lot of businesses here, people from all around the world, and I think it's maybe the most like active uh, business city in the world. Maybe a lot of trading happening here, a lot of businesses, a lot of international companies, or they call them multinational companies. And hello, Wayne from Texas. So a lot of multinational companies, like people with real money, and people from all around the world are here. That's true. So I will continue my story with the apartment. So we found that partition, like with teeny room. How many Russians in Dubai? I don't know. I don't know. I can Google it, but there are a lot of them here, and there are regions full of Russians. For example, in a place called Marino. So Marino, they it's a famous place with a lot of Russian, like rich Russian people are there. And this Marino is maybe one of the best places here and the most expensive. And it's next to the beach and it's very modern, etc. We went to that Marino place, and even for the partition, that partition, like a teeny room with one teeny bed for one person, he said it will cost about 200 2,000 dirham, what is equivalent to $500 a month. So $500 a month we had like to pay for that partition, and we accepted the deal because we didn't have any other better choice. Usually we counted on that we will find Russians where at least our kid will practice them with them Russian. But now we are teaching him English. He didn't want in the first time, but we are teaching him English, and we said that he have to learn English, otherwise he will not be able to play with the kids here. Is there like solidarity among seeing other Russians in Dubai? I don't know. I didn't meet them. We met some of them walking in this marina, and I don't know. They were far from us. We just heard them speaking Russian. But when we knew yesterday that Russian people will live just next to us, we get like happy about that because I don't know, it's better because people here are all from all others. I don't know, other countries, but we didn't meet Russians, so we were happy. The owner said that they are Russians and they have the same maybe situation, and they also lived in Moscow, near to Moscow, and they left Russia because of the same reason. But now it seems that in Russia everything is calm, and even the airplane ticket what we saw in that time when we tried to buy an airplane ticket, it went till $20,000. Like I don't know, it was like 1,700,000 ruble, like about really about $20,000. And even in those days before the 28th of September, when a lot of people said maybe Russia will close the borders at all, some days when like Nikki traveled, when like inside Russia traveled, I don't know how much they spent to buy those tickets, but it was impossible to find the ticket. And if you find it, you we found it we found it for $20,000 or $10,000 or something like that. Like it was really crazy. 200,000 moved to Kazakhstan. Yeah, I think maybe more than million of people already moved because those numbers they are giving they could be not correct, and some people are not counted, and some people are running, and some people left with their families, and some people only from Georgia. I am sure that thousands of people left. Like in with us, you can check my video, and I filmed them all. Like in the video where we left Lasha with the most watchable video, I have like 50,000 views. So I showed how many people and the crowd and the cars, like 7 kilometers of traffic of cars that was not moving. And people were like throwing their cars and going away, and they were selling their cars right in the traffic. And even me, I was proposed to buy a car, not to buy a car, but the guy, he said, you can take my car, you can take my key and take it. Like maybe he wanted me to take it, and then after uh, return it to him, because when I just for fun, because I was also trying to go further and I didn't care about the car. Uh, so he said, I told him, "Will you give me the document also of the car?" And he said no. So so he kind maybe wanted to the car to be sold in details. I don't know. I don't know why he was. I don't know why people were giving their keys and throwing their cars. So could I sell the car if I just come back, took the key, and come back to the car? The only way to sell that car is to sell it by pieces, and you can sell the whole car I don't know legally, or it could be sold maybe for mm, using material or something like that. Anyway, I don't think that only 200,000 moved to Kazakhstan, maybe much more. And if we count all Russians who moved from there, maybe it could be 1 million or more. I don't know, maybe. That's only my opinion. I don't really know because I didn't count them. Maybe I should open Space Point since it's closer to Ecuador than Kazakhstan before launching satellites. UI is Dubai, you mean? United Arabic Emirates? Yes, maybe you mean that. I don't know if they will have the other wave. I heard about the other wave of mobilization. They said it will be the other another wave of mobilization. I don't know if that will be maybe the other wave. More people will leave. Don't they use maybe launch sites? I don't know anything about satellites, but I think if it will be another wave of mobilization announced by president. I am not following now the news. I don't have time. I just worry about my family and what I need, the problems that I solve now. But I think it was accepted to be another wave of mobilization. Maybe they will announce not 300, but they will announce like, I don't know, half million or 1 million they will need. And I don't even know if the war stopped or not. You know, you tell me, because I was so busy with my life here, with the prices, with Dubai, with finding apartment, and I never saw like with the work, finding the work, learning about this country. I really didn't look in the political news, and I am not willing to look at that because it's like mess. I'm sure you are just learning from the months of news and the crazy move. Yeah, I mean, I don't have any reason to look at the politics when I am busy to fix my life. I don't know if when it's a matter of life, death on or life, you don't care about what you can't. I don't know. You can't look at something else because, for example, now I'm thinking only about the work. And finally, today, by the way, they invited me to the third interview. The same company that wanted to hire me before. They said, like I said yesterday, I met them and they said we will call you. So after like 2 days of struggling here, they called me, and they also invited me to the final interview, and then they will say if I will be selected or not. About my plans after Dubai, I don't know. I will see where to go if it will not be good with the work, and even the work, if I will be given its 18 hours of work. Like they said, like, okay, it will be like, I don't know, 12 hours, 10 hours, but then it will be like 18 hours of work. And I don't know, I didn't work in an office before, I didn't work. I was working for myself. I was trading cryptocurrency, writing content on the web, creating videos on YouTube. I was translator. I was translating. I was teaching Arabic. So I was only working for myself. I never worked for someone. I mean, I didn't work for someone. Like I don't know, the guy who I met. He said eight 18 hours. What he meant by that, I don't know. I thought it's like 18 hours. Yeah, if it will be 18 hours, it will be crazy. If I 18 hours a day, I don't know. I don't know what kind of 18 hours he meant. I just wanted to have a work and that's it. Yeah, if the work would be like 18 hours, so it means I will have to sleep only 6 hours. Maybe they have like and sometimes they said also they have like different time, so you'll have to always to change the time, like to sometimes to work in the morning, sometimes to work in the evening, sometimes to work in the night. It's not that easy work, always meeting people in the airport. I don't know what kind of 18 hours. I will confirm that with him because I didn't count. I didn't think about it when he said like 18 hours. I thought, so it's okay. I will go to sleep, to go to home and come back, but I will have only 6 hours if it's 18 hours a day. It's crazy. I will sleep there or like for 6 hours and go to work again. It would be crazy if it's in the week. So it's good. I mean, it's not a lot if 18 hours a week. Good wishes to you guys. I'm hoping your move to Dubai gets better. I have to go home dinner now. I have to go. Good night. Thank you. Have a good dinner. Yeah, I don't know. 18 hours. Anyway, I am ready for anything. If it would be very hard, I will like look for another work on parallel. But the thing that I need to stay here, I have like 3 months of tourist visa, and without papers. I don't know, it's impossible to live here because I know they are very strict with the rules, with everything. So, or I will have to apply for something like for refugees. But I heard like in Dubai they didn't have refugee system. I don't know if they have it or not. Maybe they have that because someone told me that the refugee system is working only in Europe and it's not working in Dubai. But I found a website where they said that maybe they can accept a refugee depending on their situation. I don't know. I hope to have to work to have the work not for money. Really, I hope to have work for the documents because even if I mean, for example, like you we have like a SIM card. So the guy who is working here, he told me that he will pay like 150 dirham their money if we 120 dirham their money if you divide that per 3, 120 divided by 3, it's of $40 a month for 8 gigabytes traffic, like phone for SIM card, and like 50 minutes or something like that, or 180 minutes of talking, of calling people. So that's $40. So imagine that. I mean, even $40 for a month for Dubai is not a lot. You pay it and you have 8 gigabyte, and you can like use it and you can save it, you can economy it. So I think it's not that expensive. But if you are like a tourist, so I have a tourist SIM card because always when you somebody buy a SIM card, so they ask for their passport and they give you the SIM card will work depending on the amount of time you have in the country. For example, if you live in the country, if you have to live as a tourist only for 90 days, so the SIM card will work also for 90 days, and then it will turn off. And even if you buy during this time, they will also always check how many days you have left, and they will give you the SIM card that will work to the end of that day when your tourist visa will end. And I checked, I told you the prices there, and I wanted to activate the internet. I want to have the tariff for $40 for $40. I thought it's not that much, and I wanted to activate it, but they didn't give me such choice. So they give me only a choice for 1 gigabyte for 50 dirham. It's about like 1 gigabyte for 50 dirham. Okay, okay, let's count. Like he said, one 8 gigabyte for 120 dirham. So let's count. If it's 8 gigabytes for 50 dirham one, that means 50 divide multiply per 8, so it will be 400 dirham. So 400 dirham comparing to 120 dirham is like almost 4 times higher. So you pay like, let's see, 4 multiply per 4, about, let's see, not $160 but about $150 just for uh, 8 gigabytes. That is not a lot, but $150, it's expensive. So it's more expensive for a tourist, and the tariff and the options that they have for people who already have papers are not the same that people who doesn't have. So if you are like a tourist, so you will maybe pay more anyway. So I think this is how it works here. Anyway, I this is what I've seen from one operator. So about other operators, I don't know. You say you speak Arab is dialect you speak different from the Emirati dialect. Yeah, it's different. The dialect is different, but I know the Arabic, like the clear Arabic that's written in the big in the books, that's in the news, that's in the Quran itself, in the religious book, the main book, like the main book of the Islam. Yeah, I know the clear Arabic, like the net Arabic, and even sometimes people, because I was teaching Arabic in Algeria, and I know Arabic better than I know the dialect because I liked languages and I like to learn languages. And I consider dialect not a language because dialect is like I don't know. It's like a mix of some things on few languages, a few words that could be like related with tradition, with the area, with a lot of things. But the language it's the main thing. So the main Arabic language that's understandable by all Arabic people. So I know, but the dialect I can't know. Like they have like so many dialects, and it's I don't know. It's hard to know all of them. Usually Arabic people they know them, but I don't know. I know the main Arabic. So what's in the books, in the news. I love poetry as well into European languages. Passionate language connection between Hindi and English. Yeah, a lot of people from India are here, and even I heard that there is Indian English, something like that. They call it Indian English. But for me, it's hard to understand the Indian who speaks English. Maybe not all of them. Maybe those who their English is not native, because like there are parts in India where most people speak English, and for them it's easy to talk. They are understandable. They have an accent, but they are understandable because they use English from their childhood. So those people I understand very well, but those people who just start learning English, it's very hard to understand them, or maybe they are not from the areas where they have the English the main language. For example, the Pakistani guy, he is who is the owner of the room with this. He's from Pakistan. His English is very good, and I was very happy that he I understand him. The guy who is living next to us, he's from India. He's a director of a company here. He is also his English is very good. It's a rare thing. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I didn't see that in the old city, in the old city of Dubai. They have a lot of people who speak very bad English, but hard to understand. But in here in the better area, uh, I speak English more than Arabic. I didn't use Arabic that much since I joined here, but I used it only with my friends from Algeria. So I tried to speak the Algerian dialect because I forget a lot of things, and sometimes I speak like the pure Arabic that is in the books, and they laugh because it's funny for them to hear me to speak the dialect and at the same time putting a lot of words in the natural Arabic, or how to call it, and that sounds like I don't know, some movies, historical movies they have in usually in Arabic channels they have historical movies, and in those historical movies they speak that kind of Arabic. So I know that kind of Arabic, and they laugh when I speak it. So it sounds funny for them. So I understand why. I don't get mad. I just uh, I just keep speaking how I speak because I forget a lot. Like spending 12 years in Russia and not speaking to any Algerian there, it was like yeah, I forget a lot, but I still remember the like when I don't find the word in because Algeria and they speak French and Arabic. When I don't find the word, I just use the French language, or I use the clear like the natural Arabic, and they understand it. The same about maybe I don't know the dialect of like native people here, the I don't know Saudi Arabia or Dubai people, but if I speak with them with the natural Arabic, they will understand me very very well because I was translating and one even like we have like Iraqi dialect. So one guy, a businessman, he wanted to buy a furniture from Russia. It was like a few years ago, and they invited me to translate. And he, I talked with him with natural Arabic, and he understand me, and he talked with me also with natural Arabic from Iraq. The other guy also from Saudi Arabia. He was also uh, he wanted to buy uh, tobacco, how we call tobacco, like the smoking, the cigarettes, like the company of cigarettes there in Russia, in the area where I live. It was called, I don't know. I think it's all closed. Don Tabac, Don Tabac, Don Tabac. It's like Don, the river that we have in Rostov. And by the way, inside Russia is from Rostov on Don, and I am from Rostov on Don. So we had there a big plant of cigarettes, and one guy from Saudi Arabia who he came there to buy cigarettes to make a business with them, and he spoke only Saudi Arabian. But he knows, of course, Arabic, pure natural Arabic language. So I talked with him with the natural Arabic. Also, the other guy, also I remember, from Lebanon. So I don't also know the Lebanon dialect or Lebanese or how to say it in English. I don't know that dialect, but I spoke with him in also natural Arabic, and he didn't understand everything I said, and I understand everything he say. Do all Muslim have to know pure Arabic to follow the Quran? Yeah, most of them, they have to know because they read the Quran, and the Quran is written in the pure Arabic, and of course they have to know it. And in schools, so they don't use. Of course, if the teacher is using the dialect, he will use the dialect to explain things. But if to write the thing, for example, let's talk about mathematics. So in mathematics, they, for example, can explain with dialect about how to count, how to, I don't know, add something like make a sum or something like that. But when they write it in the like in the books, and when they write it on the table, they write in a pure Arabic. That's why people know Arabic. It's like the main the main language of studying, the main language in the schools, the main language in universities, but not all of them. Those Arabic countries that were colonized by French and by UK, like in the past, they have maybe the second language or the main language of uh, some specialties in university, the language of that colonized country. For example, let's take, for example, Algeria. I don't know about Morocco, but I think they have the same system in Tunisia and Libya, maybe Libya. I don't know. Anyway, I am sure about Algeria. In Algeria, they have the second language, like French language, and some specialties when you go like to study, for example, some technical specialties like related to computers, related to any technical specialties. So all those technical specialties are in French. So that was like the main language in university, but usually in the school and the higher school, the lower school, I don't know, they have the pure Arabic language. And maybe something, some country like Egypt that was colonized by UK. I think they were colonized by the UK maybe. Yeah, I know French. Je parle français. Je parle français très bien et je pense si je vais trouver ici une compagnie qui accepte moi le travail, je vais parler en français un peu. I forget a lot of French, but I still speak it and I need just to practice it and I will recover. Because my first is, je parle mal français parce que j'habite à Canada. Oui, Canada c'est la deuxième langue français. Okay. Yeah, this is the second language in Canada. And my first education in Algeria, like the higher education, was in French. So I am technicien supérieur en maintenance des équipements informatiques. It's like technician, superior technician in the maintenance. Is like maintenance, or I don't know how to say it in English, like fixing uh, equipment informatique, like computer equipment. So I was repairing computers, and I was even repairing computers in Russia when I was a student, because I had to work and to live. And I also sold computers in Algeria when I was after I studied, and I found work related to computers where I was like administrator of like what's related to computers in a company where we were fixing, for example, computers. We were doing like the connection between them, etc. So I worked in that field as well, and I still remember a lot of French language. So you can say I know four languages, but it didn't help me that much in Russia. That's why I mean, because I lived in Russia in a little town, or not in the town that doesn't have a lot of foreigners like Rostov on Don. So I wished if I lived in Moscow, it could be maybe better, because in Moscow it's easier to find the work. It's funny, sometimes we did learn and don't practice. We keep forgetting it. Yes, without practice, practice make it perfect. Make it perfect. I don't remember the proverb perfectly well. Read Russian. Okay. I perfectly well read Russian language, but I am stuck to communicate because for educate and the practice Russian language. Yes, you need like someone to practice with, and I think there are a lot of websites where people exchange languages, so you can at least 1 hour or half hour a day find someone who want to learn English and he speak Russian, and you can practice with him Russian. He will practice with you English, and that's the perfect deal. It's better than any tutor or any, I don't know, because when you practice it with like a friend, you can make it like a friend. There are some websites like exchange languages website, so people register there, they write there what they speak and what they want to practice, and they find people who want to practice their language, and they practice the language they want, and they make a deal, for example, to half hour to speak in the language they want to learn, and the other half hour they speak with people with the language they want to teach. And that's really really great. One of those websites called Italki. So Italki, I was there. It was like when it was new, it was totally free. We were exchanging their languages, and now it's paid. But you used to maybe pay for websites, so it's Italki. Maybe it's a good price. I don't know. I'm not sponsored by them or something. Just I know them. I hope I will start receive membership or something like that. I'm ready for that, and I need that very much. Anyway, I need to grow my channel first. Yeah. So there are a lot of ways to learn languages. There are to hear a lot. Sometimes also to when I was teaching Arabic, I was telling to the students to listen to the the like to the language that they want to learn. They have just to listen to it. And I remember I had a teacher in Algeria. He said like a very magic word. Oh no, it's in it. The teacher was in Russia. Yes, we were learning like about economics there, and she said a very good thing. She said if we take the glass of water and put in it a water, and we split all that water, we will still have drops there in of the water in the glass. So it's the same. Like if you, for example, just turn on the video or the audio of the language that you want to learn, and just to listen to it without even understanding anything, you will some drops, some words will be kept in your mind, and that will help. Oh my god. I saw apartment you live in now in Dubai. It's nice, but cost a lot comparing to place you lived in Russia. Dubai is too much expensive. Yeah, it's too much expensive. But it's not about or only too much expensive. It's expensive for a family. So I don't mind to live in a partition where, like, I don't know, there is a little room with a tiny bed just to sleep there, because if I will really, I don't know how much I will work in the airport, but if I will, they will take me to that work, and I will work there. Like imagine if I will work like at least 12 hours a day, because that could be possible. 12 hours, it's possible. Like for 10 hours, 12 hours. After 12 hours of work, you come home like broken, and you will just fall asleep, and you don't need any comfort and or any I know you need to go to shower and to go sleep. You know what? And that doesn't cost a lot. That can cost about $300. And comparing to the salary, if it's like they said, like more than $1,000. So that's that's not a lot. Like in 1 month, like you pay, let's say for this partition, and about $1,000 left. It could be a month. Yeah, it's maybe not that much for some people who earn thousands of dollars per, but for immigrants, it could be good money, especially if they are living in other countries, like I don't know, poor countries. For money, RAM, if works in Dubai, you need your personal address and mobile number to use. People or you can use MoneyGram. In our donation, you pick up someday they sent. What is MoneyGram? I don't know what is MoneyGram. I need to remember that. I can't write it anywhere. I will write it with them to not forget. I can't write it. Anyway, MoneyGram. It's like Telegram, but MoneyGram. I will Google it. No, donation. It's a way of transferring money. Ah, I see. I see. Oh my god. Any other questions about the other Arabic fast and cheapest way of transaction? I hope it will works for Russians because a lot of things uh, don't work for Russians. So when I went to Georgia and I saw that Russian cards are not working in Georgia and we couldn't pay anything with them. I was asking a lot of people and they gave me one guy. He said that you have to install Wise. It's a system like the virtual card, and he said that you have to install it. And I installed it, and when I wrote that like I'm Russian resident, they refused to open an account even for virtual bank account. Like it's crazy. So this MoneyGram could be also not restricting Russians, like simple Russians, if you have a citizenship, and I am not even 100% Russian, and I half Russian, but restricted anyway. Yeah, I am tired, of course, and I need to do such stream anyway. Because I need to grow my channel, I need some activity, and I will have the monetization active very soon. So it it take usually 1 week. So I applied for monetization. Everything is perfect. Like I have no broken guidelines, no broken rules. I mean, no strikes from copyright or something. It's all the content is original, and I have like enough views and enough hours, enough subscribers, so I could apply for for the monetization, and I applied for it, and they said that they will review my channel, and they should accept. I know they should accept. So I'm waiting for the review. Maybe it will take about a week. Do you have friends back in Rostov that support Putin? Yeah, I have. Not a friend, not anymore. He was a friend. Oh my god. He's not a friend. I know he was a friend. Like he was really like a friend. He was very nice guy, and he was my neighbor, and I considered him a friend. And then my wife wrote a post about what she feel, all the feeling about what's going on, like a lot of things that she wrote. Like it's not allowed maybe to to write there, and a lot of people from there attacked her, and he was one of the attackers. So imagine, he was like our neighbor for 7 years. We didn't have any. Where do you think that come from? We didn't have any problems with him. He was a perfect neighbor. He was a good friend. He was, I don't know, he was helping me in everything. He even helped me with one YouTube channel. He said that he has a lot of YouTube channels, and he does like different kind of content, and he monetize it. He buy like he has a really big one big channel of cartoons. He has a team of people. They make cartoons, and they try. He tries also other things like uh, buying music and making special videos for it. And he was like a cool guy really, and every single year he was traveling to some island, some I don't know, some nice places like Bali or something like that. And he bought their very big apartment, and he was very nice guy. But when we went here, like, and when my wife wrote something about that, about what she feel, all her feeling about the our, like, not our anymore, about the politicians of Russia, or about what they are doing, the main guy there. and she wrote a big like paragraph with picture, and he was like the main attacker. I was like surprised, really. I was surprised, and I even thought I had said in my previous video, uh, we didn't have much in life, but this guy seems like that's weird. Yeah, I already said that in previews of my video that they are like exposed to some rays or something like that. I don't know. But those rays didn't work on us. Anyway, I was like surprised, and he was always messaging me like crazy. Why, like, why you left? You shouldn't do that. You should come back. You will not make it in Georgia. Georgia is bad. Like, and Dubai is not good. And he said a lot of things. Yeah, and I was like, I don't know, surprised. I was, what's the hell? What the hell? You were a normal person, and he's like me. He's young. Okay, if you, I, we talk about like elder generation who are watching TV always, who believe everything what is in TV, and he's my age. So he's my age. He's a young guy. He's good at YouTube. He's good at computers. He's good at talking with people, and he has like people working with him from all around the world. And he was like recently he was telling me that he has also an Ukrainian guy working with him. Like before this mobilization happened, like he said he's helping an Ukrainian guy. He's helping him in growing his YouTube channel, etc. And he has like people from all around the world, and he's making deal with big companies. I don't know what's going on with people. Is the way explaining apart from apartments? Apart of from apartments, I would say let's talk about the food, for example. The food, not everything more expensive. It depends because the area, and for example, I think the tomato is more expensive because it's clear it demands a lot of water, and they have to have special weather for it to grow it. And some food is more expensive, some food is less expensive. It depends, but considering the taxi services, I think it's more expensive. If you use Uber or you use such a famous application, it's better to use other kind of applications to have less, to pay less for the taxi. And one guy told me here, we never use taxi, we use only metro. And one guy told me if you stop the taxi and give him the local money, it will be less expensive for you. And this is what he told me, and I didn't try it, a taxi. But as for metro and and buses, it's more expensive, I think, because you kind of, let's say you live not far from metro station. Okay, you have to spend for work, go there and back, about 50 dirham. 50 dirham, it's about $10. So you have to spend $10 per metro every single day if you go there and back. And if you use plus on that the bus, so you will have to spend more, like maybe about $20 a day. While in Russia, for example, it's like cheap, very cheap, like half dollar to go to take a bus. And to take a metro, it was also about $1 to take a metro, and I don't know, $1 go, $1 back, $2, and plus the bus, half dollar. It's like about $3. And here, like to use the buses and the train is more than $10 for sure. So the transport is more expensive, maybe not maybe, but for sure. The taxis more expensive. The apartments, I would say, more expensive than in Russia, but maybe for some people in US, it's not that expensive. What else? The food, it's depend what kind of food you buy. And for now, That's the only thing that I know about. Today I heard about electronic stuff and they seems to be cheap. I don't know. Like a used PC, I will ask the guy who is here. He's kind of trader also. Also, I needed the PC, laptop. I mean, and he said that he will find me a laptop for 600 dirham. That means if 600 dirham divided per three, it's about $200. So $200 for PC. I would say that's the same like in Russia, or I don't know. It's not that expensive, but it's used one. While in Russia, we have new one could be. It depends how what kind of laptop we have. So it could be a new one for $200. I don't know. Maybe I feel that the electronics is less expensive here, but I didn't look at that yet. So I'm just exploring. I am less than a week here. In my country, Serbia, nobody pay local city buses because too expensive. So people just enter and ignore to pay. Drivers get used to it. Some people, yeah, make it that expensive for people. I don't know. Even drivers get to. Some people fight with bus inspectors. So most of the time, bus. Wow, wow. Why? Why they make buses so expensive? 200 is not bad in US. I think out here PC laptops are like 300, 1000 US. Yeah, but it's expect bus inspection stop disturbing locals. Serbia sounds like a fun country. Yeah, I heard about Serbia and someone I remember complained in my video that they have hard situation in Serbia. I don't know what kind of country is that. Uh, I thought it's an European country. Serbia is something somewhere in Europe. But I know that they are so friendly with Russian people. And with all this situation, so many people from Serbia, they always welcome Russians and they talk with them very well. And I think they have also Soviet architecture. Serbia politics are interesting. Didn't they get a spike of nationalism in the last election? Interesting. Oh my god. Yeah, so in so many countries politicians are like making it hell for people. Yeah, I know Baklikov. Baklikov is very pro what's going on, I think. I don't know. I didn't I was subscribed to Baklikov before and I liked him, but recently I think that he's like, I don't know, pro Serbs, pro Russians. Technology is cheaper. Which countries I was searching for used microphone for friend. His politics is very annoying as well. We like dividing ourselves more than we like to build up. Uh, so Baklikov is a very funny guy. He had before another YouTube channel that was Real Russia. That was called Real Russia, and he was blogging about Russia for a long time. But I didn't understand why he moved from Real Russia with a lot of followers or subscribers to a new account. It sounds strange for me because if I had like a channel with so much subscribers, I will not stop like creating videos there. And he stopped creating videos there, so something weird about that. Real Russia, I liked it very much before he was like showing Russia from inside and a lot of things, how people live there, and the traditions and everything. And he had a big audience. So why to stop doing that and changing to a new channel while the old channel is like not active at all? So the guy who was kind of my friend and neighbor, he was also buying YouTube, some websites. They kind of buy and sell YouTube channels, and they trade YouTube channels. Imagine that. And he said like, so somebody with a lot of money could buy the channel of Real Russia and I don't know, and use it for traffic and find a lot of people. But it's this channel is not active at all, and he returned to Baklikov. No, I don't think he lost the passwords. But it's easy to recover. He was so cool in the beginning, one of the first Russian YouTuber in English, yes. But now he is just mad. His videos, I am leaving Russia, is just an insult to all Russians and Ukrainians. Yeah, he kind of, I'm leaving Russia, but not leaving, and yeah, maybe he's insulting the Russians who left. Maybe Dubai has many hotels. Maybe translation job you can easy find there. Yeah, you're Serbian PM, right? Serbia is the last place I would expect to have PM considering how. Yeah. He seems to hate Constantine. No, knew despite they were friends before. He's very worried and more views on Constantine's success. Yeah, I don't know. I don't watch him and I just unsubscribe because I know it's too much. I don't know. Don't want to see that, you know. When national fights here, not to one person's bombing us. Oh my god. Yeah. Troubles could happen in any country and with any people. But maybe the only way is not to care a lot about politics because since like the pandemic started and what started between Russia and Ukraine, I mean, people start worrying a lot about politics, and that's really crazy because they can just like forget their life. They just can stop enjoying their lives. Because if we are into politics so much, we will even not laugh, not enjoy our lives, and just be stressed and fearful. Something it's sometimes it's better to avoid it at all. I try to avoid it since COVID started. All hope in politics now. I just care for the people I love. Yeah, well, that's what we should do, and we should keep in touch, communicate, and find people who help us and help others, and be nice people. That's all. I think social media has made the division worse. Politics more intense, at least in years. You see that in Russia. Yeah, of course. It's happening in every single country, not only in Russia or US or I don't know. Yeah, I stopped once when I following a lot of politics in the time where like I started getting interested in the politics since the 11th September when that crazy thing happened. Two, 2001, I think. I was in Algeria and I started watching a lot. I learned a lot of things since then. And then when it come to Saddam, the president, of Iraq, or the king. I don't remember. He was a president or a king. So when he died, and I saw what they show us, how people start destroying everything, I thought, I don't know, I felt something wrong about that. And I thought, like, I will not watch politics at all. And since then, I didn't watch politics at all, and I didn't. I just cared about my life, about my study, about to do everything to leave to Russia. And then I went to Russia. Also, I had a lot of troubles there, and I cared. I cared a lot about my study and my life, and I could get married, and I had an English club, and I had different kind of works, and I mean, politics can ruin lives. And I started getting interested to politics only when the pandemic started. In every country is propaganda and truth. Only people living in country know truth about that country, in my opinion. Yeah. Did you study in Russia or Algeria? Both. I studied in both. In Algeria, I studied. I finished my first education, and then I went to Russia and had two diploma there. And the funny thing and the irony that when my father took me in 1998 to Algeria, I lived exactly 12 years in Algeria, like the magical number. 12 years in Algeria, and all the time I was dreaming to go to Russia because my father was very strict. He didn't even allow us to speak Russian, etc. And he was very strict, and he was always afraid that we will leave. And my sisters get married, both of them, and I am the older one. I didn't want to get married, and I wanted so hard to go to Russia, and I spent 12 years exactly in Algeria, like from 2000, from 1998 till 2010, like 12 years. And when I went to Russia, I went in 2010, and in 2022 I left another 12 years. So I'm sometimes crazy about numbers, but like 12 years in Algeria, then 12 years in Russia, and I had anyway to leave Russia. So 12 years, the next 12 years, I don't know where I will pass. It's irony, and that's funny. What were the difference in education between them? Ah, the difference between the education, I don't know, the education in Algeria was in French, and I would say that the education in Algeria is much harder. I don't know why, but it's much harder. It's much harder to get the, like they call it, the back. It's not the bachelor, but it's the kind of the paper that you have after the high school. To get that back, it's very hard. Sometimes people have to repeat the year again and again, again and again, few times. Like I repeated that year like 3 times, and I couldn't get this back, and I went to the institute or institution instead of going to university. So it was harder, and even in the education, it was very strict. I would say that in Algeria, the education were uh, more strict, and in Algeria, it's also it's I don't know. I never heard. It's impossible to bribe or so to have a deal unless you are like a son of someone well standard. Like I don't know, maybe they will help you somehow, but I never heard of something like people paying for exams, or it doesn't happen. It's like people, they can't even imagine that. But in Russia, it's possible to do anything. Some teachers or some professors, we can call them in university, they even state directly you need to pay that sum if you want to, like, to have the exam. They like tell it directly to one of the student. They have a deal with them, and they said, go and gather money from each of one of them, and they gather it and give it to the professor, and all of them will have like passed exam. Even you can have a deal with them in if you have like the diploma. So it's in Russia everything is possible, like magical country. Was there one preferred? I don't know. The preferred one, I think, I don't know, Algeria, because I studied there computers and I liked computers, so it was like my. But I would say that the education in Russia before it was much better. In the 90s, I was studying very well and I was knowing all the like the history and everything, and the education in the school, maybe in the primary school, is much better than university. So you arrived with student visa. Did you take a preparatory year? Yes, I take the preparatory year in Russia, and despite I was speaking very good Russian, I had to take it because that was like the rule. What 12 years are? Yeah, 12 years. So now 12 years in Dubai, maybe. Who knows? Really funny. Hello from Canada. Just finished watching Constantine from Deep Russia. He renamed the channel, not inside Russia. Oh, Deep Russia. Interesting. Different Russia, maybe. I don't know. What is the meaning of diff? Interesting. I told you I didn't have the chance to watch videos. I didn't have to chance to watch news, anything. What the view on the majority Algeria and the things going on in Europe? Kind of neutral. I don't know. I didn't have a lot of relation with Algerian people, but I don't know. They usually, I don't know, they are friendly. I would say friendly with the Russians, friendly with everyone, and even here I met Algerians, and they helped me a lot. And some people even from there they helped me. They said they helped me with the CV to send everywhere, and I don't feel from them anything like they usually don't care about politics that much. They also worry about their lives because in Algeria the life is not that easy as well. One of people running system bell. Russia, but that's not only corrupted, that's solving problems. So in the pandemic, while like a lot of countries were very strict, so you could have also always have a deal to avoid being fined or being, I don't know. You could, for example, be catched without no mask, and you could have a deal, and they will let you go. Sometimes that helps because, for example, when me I traveled to Russia and I was 25 years old and I already studied and I was tired or to study again and I had to study with little 17 years old, like 18 years old people. So, and I needed to work at the same time, and I had the choice between work and study. If I only studied, I will never pay my study. I will never, like, I had to eat. It was hard for me. And only this situation helped me to have all my exams done. So it's like also beneficial situation. I would say maybe it's not always corruption, but it's deal deal with I don't know, with organization, deal with people. They're, I don't know, solving problems. You know, I know India is very bad in terms of corruption and bringing the local level. I know Russia has those issues. So and then yeah, I mean the corruption is not always that bad. Maybe it's hard to understand, but I don't know. It's crazy. Darnment inside Russia. Yeah, 12 years in the banya. I wish the best. I hope you'll all survive. Yeah, this banya, yeah, is to. I will. I don't know. Be very slim, and I will get rid from my belly, and I don't know. I will be. I can, for example, for now, I have like a place where I have a gym, free gym. So for 1 month, I can train and swim every single day. So imagine how cool I will be in term of I don't know, fit. I don't know, but when I will work, it will be hard for me after work to train. But in general, if I have like a gym every day and swimming every day during a month, and if I will live in the same place for more years, for 12 years, I will for sure be like more muscly and more healthy. And I like the fact that it's when you go inside and go outside, like in Russian they call it zakalyatsa. Zakalyatsa, that means when you shower with hot water and directly after that you shower with cold water and again with hot water, the same that they do in banya. They say that that's useful. Zakalyatsa, it's a verb. I don't know the noun, but zakalyatsa, it's like, so I am zakalyatsa every all the day. So I'm going out to the banya, going to enter the supermarket. It's very cold there, so I get in cold. I get outside again, very hot, and I get another. I don't know, to another store also, very cold. This change, you feel always. I don't know, and I don't sleep a lot here. I mean, I when I came here, I don't know. I don't sleep at the night that much. And I feel very well in Russia. I was always sleepy, and I would take always to sleep. But here, I sleep like a few hours and I wake up and I can do a lot of things. And so that's why I don't worry. I don't know if that's related with the excitement of the travel or with the lifestyle, but I am always active. I feel like young again. Younger, I mean. I'm already young, but younger. I'll be really fit. Yeah, I will be fit. Maybe I am speaking out of turn, but doesn't the bribery get your blood boiling? Seeing the corruption also my too silly. Yeah. By the way, this thing also helped us to move away. Like I don't know, a lot of people to get faster to the border of Georgia. They had to pay. They had to pay. So without it, they could be. I don't know. After time, if they didn't make it earlier, they could be taken or mobilized. So it saves their lives when I don't know they had a deal with their people there in the border. If you understand what I mean. I saw the video from your place. It's nice. It would be happy to if I had a person come clean my place instead of me doing it. I love the pool too. Yeah, it's very nice and. Someone will clean here, clean everything here every single day, and the pool and the gym, and it's like a heaven. Oh man, it's like I don't know. After all the struggle that I had, like in Russia and in like running from there and like in the borders, I have such place to live in. Like it's like I don't know a lot of wishes of people. You can't imagine how I am happy to read those wishes because I had a problem with the video because I posted from the phone, and when I posted from the phone, it was like the comments, the setting I had the setting that the comments should be approved by me, and recently I've been told that you have 50,000 views and no comments. What's going on with the channel? I had another video with like about 6,000 or 7,000 views, no comments. Another two with each one with 1,000 views, no comments. And I said like, what the hell? Something weird is happening with my channel, and I thought, I don't know, I am kind of how to say it, shadow banned, or I don't know. And I thought that this guy who I know, who was my neighbor and who is good at YouTube, he is doing something. Maybe he's using some services or to ruin my channel or something like that. And I was thinking like hell, and then I realized that I didn't see that option. I just, because I don't have a PC and I don't use the smartphone. That's why I am vertical now, not horizontal, because I don't have a PC or laptop. I prefer to use laptop better. So I will buy one here if they will give me a work. So I what I was talking about. Yeah, what I checked in the browser, the YouTube Studio version, and I used this YouTube Studio version instead, and I found that all those videos are not. I know their comments are should be approved, so I start approving a comment after a comment after a comment. I spent like about an hour approving all the comments, and I'm starting to replying them now to make people return to the video, maybe to watch it from the other IP address from the other place, and to make the videos more active again, because my last videos are not active. And I approved all the comments, and in the comments I found a lot of positive comments. You can't imagine. It's really amazing. Like I was very happy. A lot of good wishes for us. Like hundreds of people writing good wishes for us, and I'm thankful to them. And for sure, those are one of people who are watching me every day in my streams, and I am really thankful to you guys. You can't imagine how many good wishes I have, and maybe because of those wishes I'm living in such place, and because of those wishes I will have good work, and because of those wishes I will have a better life finally. I don't know, I will make a business like I wanted. I will do wherever the better thing for me and my family. I'm very happy about those wishes. It's like very touchy, really. For me, sunny weather helps me less during this German. I'm more often tired, sleepy. What's your favorite crypto? I know. Okay, favorite crypto. It's Monero, maybe the most anonymous one. I think that is the long run. It's always the winter takes all. I don't understand all the questions, so I would only invest my money in the biggest Bitcoin and Ethereum and where yeah, I don't know. Bitcoin is good as well, and depending on the chart. If you look on the chart, it's always growing by years. Yeah, like long term, it could grow like crazy in the future as well. But I am not investment advisor. I just say my opinion. Yes, but it's healthier, cooler place for hot weather. It's hot weather. You are exhausted by never sleepy much. Yeah, it's good that I am not sleepy that much, and it's enough for me to sleep a few hours. Winter makes so sleepy. Where nice weather is. Yeah, not only sleepy when in winters. Also, you eat a lot and you sleep a lot and you wear a lot, and I don't know. It's crazy. Refreshing greeting to you and your family. Wish you and here. Good night. Thank you. Good night. Good night. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. How do you transfer from Russia? Isn't blocked? How do you transfer from Russia? I don't know. There are people maybe using cryptocurrency. They buy cryptocurrency and exchange it here. People buy cryptocurrency, and there is something called good night Terry, good night others, and they use cryptocurrency. They buy it and sell it here. I mean that's easy. Or there is a system that called Corona Pay. I didn't try it yet, but I want to learn about it and didn't have time. So because I we didn't have much, like, much more Russian money anymore. We spent everything when we went to Georgia. We exchanged that to Georgia, to Georgian money. Then in Georgia, we exchanged everything to dollar, and here, when we came, we exchanged everything to dirham. So we are like, always changing. And so there's, I heard there's Corona Pay. So Corona Pay is like a service. Like in Georgia, it's working for sure. Like Zalotaya Corona, it's like a golden Corona. If we translated in Georgia, if you know anyone struggling with money in Georgia and they can't convert from Russian money for from their cards to the in Georgian money, they have to use Zalotaya Corona. Zalotaya Corona, or the golden Corona, the golden, how they call it? You call it the crown or crown? The king, what the king put on his head, so the golden thing. That, and that's the name of the service, and people register there and they send them money in ruble, and they seem to be their crown, yes, and they seems to be there in Russia, or I don't know how they work, and they get the Russian money and they can convert it into any other money, and they can give, for example, they give you the office where to go and to take that money. For example, you go to the to particular bank or particular organization, and you go tell them like the number or something, some details, and they will give you the local money. So this is how this service work, and it helps a lot of Russians. And I heard that it's called Corona Pay in in uh, in Dubai, and it seems working for years. It's not related to the pandemic or something, not a corona disease. So maybe this Corona Pay also will help people in Dubai. Those people who have money in Russia now. Even us, we have some money, and my wife's still teaching Korean. She she has a lot of Russian students. She's teaching Korean online, and yeah, like Western Union. She's teaching Korean online, and she get paid from them to her Russian bank, and she is getting some Russian money for now, and she can use it to buy something in something from the websites, the Russian websites. For example, when we were in Georgia, she bought the airplane ticket from Georgia to Dubai for us with her Russian bank account. So she just went to Avia Sales. Avia Sales, it's a Russian aviasales.ru. Aviasales.ru, it's a Russian service to buy tickets, to buy, I don't know, airplane tickets or any kind of other tickets. And uh, she bought, or maybe only avia or airplane tickets. And so she bought there with her Russian money, despite other websites like Georgian websites, like Booking, even Airbnb, they don't accept the Russian cards. So she just bought from her Russian card from a Russian website in Georgia. It worked. And the same bought exchanging, exchanging to, or using these services, or exchanging to Bitcoin. So, or any other cryptocurrency. There are a lot of other cryptocurrency that could be used and sold and bought. And in cryptocurrencies, some cryptocurrencies don't need even any personal details. And most of cryptocurrencies are not like, I don't know, not say regulated. So maybe one guy he said here in Dubai they are not regulating yet cryptocurrencies. Even in Russia they are not regulating yet. So I think I don't know all the details about that, but some people use them to solve their problems because it's uh, a thing that is not related to banks, to the system, and that could solve problems of some people. Yeah, so I think that is it. I am happy that my wife is finally happy. I am happy that I was called to have work. To the last interview, I didn't took me to work yet, but you can keep wishing for me to get that work because your wishes, guys, are really important. Even when I saw all the comments that were, again, say hidden because of technical issue, when I saw all those comments, I thought that those comments are more helpful than the money, because the money is easy to find, but if you don't have like that, thank you for praying, Terry. If you don't have that, I don't know, that good karma or that, I don't know, power from people, just you will not make it. Even with the money you can get in trouble. So YouTube is magic. So if you get famous in YouTube and a lot of people wish you all the best and wish you that everything will be okay, so everything will be for sure okay. So I am like amazed by YouTube. It's like a magical thing, really. So that's why I am streaming every day, and despite um, my wife like is not like that excited to stream, so I ask her to stream, and because I believe in YouTube, I believe in the power of YouTube. You can say, I don't know, maybe I am crazy, but those wishes really helped me a lot. I was like, I start uh, reading those comments just yesterday or before yesterday, when I passed everything, like I solved all for the problems with the living here. I almost get to work. I met a lot of people who helped me here, and I will start reading today the comments, and all of them are positive with a lot of good wishes. Like with the, if you see the two videos where we left Russia or something like that, and I saw a lot of wishes. I couldn't like reply all of them because there were a lot of wishes there, and I was very happy, and I felt the power. I felt the power of people, the power of wishes, the power of praying. So it's really something real. I know. I mean, some people, for example, recently, the same guy who was like a friend, a good neighbor of mine, and he turned it against us because we left, and he turned against my wife and etc. He told me that he's like kind of atheist, and he said like, you will understand everything when by time. You will understand that you did a mistake by leaving Russia, and you don't understand a lot of things like what you are doing, etc. And of course, I was just laughing, but I told him also that you don't understand the karma, the destiny, the power. I know the spiritual power or something like that. And he he start laughing, but I think he doesn't understand also these things. They are real. They are real, really helpful, really powerful. My husband was out of work. I understand how so it can be. Yeah, you're good people. Adushi. Thank you, man. Adushi, it's nice expression. You will have luck and a good future for sure. For sure. Thank you. Only with your wishes I will have all that. Really, I didn't expect. I didn't expect. If I knew that YouTube is so powerful and that great, I would start like being active in YouTube way before. No, I had another YouTube channel, but I wasn't that supported there. I had a few channels. In fact, I tried with them. I tried to teach. I have a channel where I was teaching. I mean, I will try to link them to uh, to my channel for you to see them. So I have another channel with more than 2,000 subscribers where I was teaching Arabic to Russians. I had also a channel where I was writing and I mean making videos about cryptocurrency. And I had a few other channels where I just was trying, but they didn't. They weren't that successful, but like this one, and I didn't understand what is YouTube. I didn't have like big audience. I didn't do streams. I didn't do a lot of things. I didn't do things correctly. But here, I start to understand that YouTube is a really powerful tool. It has a big community and very helpful community and very nice community. I would say I was before I was surprised. Like I was watching other streams, I was thinking, why so many people are like watching and so many people are commenting how it could possible. And when I like start a stream, I had like one person or two or something like that, and nothing else. So I understand why YouTubers don't give up now on their channels. So because this is in fact the only channel where I created in it videos every single day and sometimes 2 3 videos. So and for months, like 3 months or something like that, every single day a few videos or one video at least every single day. And now and then when I left Russia, I started streaming every single day. So imagining streaming every single day, creating a video every single day, and having an audience of like 10,000 or I don't know 100,000 or I don't know. It's unbelievable how helpful is this. YouTube changed a lot due to donation possibility. No small channel can generate enough money to live. A few years ago, you need millions of subscribers for that. Yeah, YouTube enabled people to realize that we are all in the same. We want to love. We want to love and raise our families in peace. I love how content creation is moving from big companies to small creators or platforms like YouTube. Yeah, it's really great. Small creators can do crazy things with YouTube if they do the right things and they never give up. But they need to improve this application of streaming. I had to click many times to see the chat and what's written there. I hope if the chat is always like open, I will not need to chat to check but maybe it's done to see myself sometimes if if I am sitting well, if I am looking well, maybe this is like done. People are sleeping here and I'm afraid to wake up anyone. hope they will accept my monetization, and I will have the super chat active finally. So for now, I have only the donation link, and I will try to withdraw money from there, because the first donation link I didn't withdraw yet. It gathered me about like $200, and they are like asking me a lot of details and like, telling me that it's suspicious account or something like that. They are crazy. But about YouTube, I found something in AdSense. So it's called Rapida or something. So you can set anyone beneficiary. So even if I can't have a credit card yet because I am not working here and I am considered as the tourist in Dubai. So if I know anyone here I trust, and having the residentship, or I mean the credit card here, and someone who's always working here, so I can just set him as a beneficiary. So that's also a good solution for those like us, like people from Russia. I'm glad that even people, if they are from Russia, they are not blocked from YouTube. They can solve their problem. They can keep creating if they left the country, and they can just transfer their money to someone else. And the thing that is not working in YouTube in Russia, it's only ads. So why it's not profitable for Russian people to create Russian content? Because the ads that can be like they are not shown, I think, in Russia, and even if they are shown, there is no income from them. So the people who for example want to promote something in YouTube, it's not I don't know, they can't promote, I think, in YouTube if they are in Russia. But people can still get money if they are creating, for example, for other audience, or if they have traffic from other countries, so they can get paid from that. Thanks God that wasn't closed for Russians. They could still get paid from the traffic that they have from other countries. And also they couldn't only open AdSense accounts, so they had to like ask their friends or relatives in other countries to open for them accounts. And so that was the bad thing. But otherwise they could earn anyway. I know how to donate on Buy Coffee. Yeah, buy me a coffee. I I have the link there in the description, and I am putting it everywhere. So I gathered there about $60. So I don't know. I will try to also to withdraw it from. Yeah. Have a good night. Spokojnej noci. Thank you very much for being here. I will try to withdraw that money also from Buy Me a Coffee. I hope they will not tell me that I am Russian and I don't deserve to get paid or to receive money. It's really funny. It's getting crazy now. Maybe donation alerts, they kind of, I don't know. But anyway, if I can never get super chat to work, why, Lauren? Do you have like all the monetization and everything, and super chat is not working? Or are you from Russia, or what's the problem? Now I don't have the super chat working. I don't know how to activate it. Maybe when the monetization will be active, it will be activated automatically. I don't know. I have no idea. So the monetization of my channel should be activated the next week, I hope so, or by the end of the week. So it will be, if it will be activated, it will be like a big celebration for me because I struggled a lot to make something in setting. I struggled a lot to get the monetization, and I finally get it thanks to Inside Russia, who is not Inside Russia anymore. Deaf Russia, maybe different Russia. So I will have to check. Yeah, sort it out and tell me if you solve that and how to solve it. But in case I will have monetization and no super chat active, because I don't want to use those tools. I know they could, I don't know, go away with the money anytime. They could be not trusted. There are a lot of them, but I trust YouTube more. Same name, just read it. Ah, he has the same name? Yeah, because he couldn't change it because I don't know. A lot of people know him, and the name doesn't mean like he's inside Russia. So he's talking about Russia like he's inside of it because he's like he will be always inside Russia because he's Russian after all. He has friends there, he has family. He wants all the best for his country. Of course, he will be always inside Russia. Maybe I don't know, but I feel very sorry for Russians. For I don't know, I'm not 100% Russian, and I feel sorry for myself a little bit. But for Russians, I feel sorry more because I feel them. I feel them. I know them. I know their feeling, their emotions, how hard they love their culture, their language, their country, and how many good people are there. Innocent people, you can say, who have nothing to do with what's going on, and they are kind of punished. They are struggling in other countries for doing nothing wrong, just for being Russian or for being born in Russia or related somehow with Russia. So that's really crazy. So I feel them. I especially feel inside Russia. I almost cry when he start to pray. He's praying for Russians, he's praying for Ukrainians, he's praying for everyone. And I am like a believer. I really feel him and feel all the emotions that he has about the situation. Really, I like that guy. And thanks to him, I am streaming now every day. Thanks to him, I am having like more than 2,000 subscribers. And thanks to him, I will be monetized, I think, very soon. And thanks to him, I am very happy. And thanks to him, also, I mean, thanks to him, you can say I left as well because he was the first guy who told me about the things, and he told me before even the monetization happened. So he's not like only a regular. Uh, he's not just regular blogger or vlogger. So he has some insights. So he told me before the mobilization was announced that it will be how they call it, like военная, военная, like a military state or something like that. He said like it will be a military state in Rostov on Don, and you have to move from there. And I tried to move to Moscow, and then from Moscow it was like the birthday of my little son. So the mobilization announced it. Thank you for support. So the mobilization was announced, and in that day, we decided with my wife to not go to Moscow. Like we stopped in Tula, and we decided to go back to Rostov, and we went to back to Rostov. In our like way, we found a guy, an Armenian guy, who took us to Georgia, etc. But the first thing why we moved and why we were like oriented to move, it was because or thanks to Inside Russia. So I am also praying for him and I wish him all the best, and you can wish him all the best as well. And if you are not subscribing to Inside Russia, please go and subscribe as well. I will always promote him. I will always think about him, and I will always be thankful to him for how you can say that he literally saved us. For your son, I think your living Russia provides him a better future. Yeah, of course. And he, for some reason, he didn't want to learn um, other languages in Russia. We wanted him so hard to learn English, to know or Arabic, to learn other languages, and he didn't want. He was like, I don't know. He was like also affected somehow. I don't know, maybe because of the TV, because of society, because I don't know, because he was uh, visiting his grandmother sometimes, and his grandmother watch TV, so maybe he was affected somehow, and like when he was 3 years old and about close to 4 years old, he started being interested in languages. He started learning numbers in English. He started learning colors in English. He started learning about everything. And suddenly, maybe he was visiting a lot of his grandmother. He started telling us, "I don't want to learn English, and I want to speak only Russian." And even we spoke Russian in front of English. Sorry, in front of him with my wife, we spoke English, and he was like telling us, me and my wife, he was telling us, "Don't speak English in front of me. I want to hear only Russian." And we were like surprised. We didn't understand. We thought it's normal, maybe he just don't understand the language. But now I think that something weird happened to him, maybe. But now, finally, when we get outside, and he likes a lot to speak with kids, and he has motivation to learn English, and he started to learn English. You can see in the last video that he speaks some English, and I am very happy that he starts speaking English and he forget about this I don't know thing that he have, like he had like a complex or something like that. I don't know what happened with him before. Oh my God, thank you, thanks God. I think I would say, and thanks to everybody for who is supporting and who is praying and who is wishing us all the best. Yeah, I will go to relax tomorrow. We will try to go to the beach maybe. I think 3 is also a good age to pick up languages. Yeah, when he was 3 years, or they start. Now he's 5 years old. Yeah, but now it's not too old. When language I said, I think, yeah, it's not all too old, and he's like learning very fast now. So we will of course teach him English in the future. Maybe I will try to teach him Arabic, but you can't imagine, like here in an Arabic country, Dubai, English is more important than Arabic, I feel. Because when you walk outside, mostly people from other countries, and mostly more of them think they don't know any Arabic. So if you speak English, you can talk with anyone. But Arabic, maybe a lot of people don't know Arabic very well. So English, it's better here. So of course we will do everything to teach him English. So I will not mix him or pressure him very much to learn Arabic or other languages. I think let let him learn perfect English first, and then we will see. and I think I will try to stream with him and my wife tomorrow, so we can teach him English like right in the stream, because I prefer to stream with my wife, with my child. It's more interesting, and it's good for practice in front of him. So I will try to stream earlier and to stream with all my family and to make my son learn English that way. It's early enough. It's Italy, child. Start to learn English at 10. Not on school, you speak to. Yeah, are able to speak fluent. Yeah, it's good. It's good to learn the language early. Okay, thank you very much, guys, for watching. Tomorrow I will also make a stream. I will try to make it earlier to make my wife participate and my child, and maybe who knows, I will invite some people who are living here in Dubai to stream with us. Maybe our neighbors, because tomorrow it's a free day, like a weekend. So it should be interesting as well. Thank you everybody for watching. See you in my next videos, in my next streams. Subscribe please to the channel if you didn't subscribe yet. Please put that like, and see you in my next videos, and goodbye. I wish you good luck and all the best.